Welcome to the Pointy End. I'm Keith Sutherland. Today my guest is Chris Earl, Director of Scott's Day Out. Welcome, Chris.
Keith, fantastic to be here back on Bendigo IPTV talking about our great local community.
And why not? Because this is the fourth year Scott's Day coming out and gets bigger and better. Now, I want you to talk initially about the tartan, because how in the heck did that come about? Because it's not an easy process, I understand, and I believe you're going to show us it, the Bendigo tartan.
Yeah. Well, very much because of the rich heritage of Bendigo with the Scots, but equally because tartans are inclusive. Tartans signify people in an area or from a particular family or a region, and the Bendigo region is a very inclusive region, and therefore the idea of the tartan was, let's have a new symbol in the 21st century that honours both our past but also where we as a very broad, happy, inclusive, celebratory community is going into the 21st century. And Keith, this was the result, the official Bendigo tartan, which Council has adopted. It is number 11,359 on the Scottish Tartans Register, and it's a fantastic tartan. It brings together the colours of Bendigo, the green for the forest, the dark red browns of the land, the blue of the sky, the white of the mullikeeps, and importantly the gold that has built a great city and continues to drive our dreams into the future.
Very earthy, as you said, the gold, big gold mountain, of course, is Bendigo, Diagum sand and all the rest of it, but they are really fabulous colours. But I don't say we're going to have any band walking down the parade this year with representing our Bendigo tartan, but it's fabulous to have it on display, and I'm sure you're going to sell yards of it.
Well,
as yards, because that's from England. We'd say metres in Australia.
Exactly so, Keith. And while there may not be any bands who are part of wearing this tartan, Pixie, one of the local identities, is making up a great kilt. This year's chieftain, Catherine Mackenzie, who is very renowned for her fashion-conscious approach.
And her hats as well.
Hats.
So, yep.
Catherine has drafted out and is having made what I believe will be, in years to come, a likely highlight at an exhibition in the Bendigo Art Gallery. And then there'll be scarves and ties and skirts. So the Bendigo tartan is about bringing our community together, and importantly, it's about a symbol in our community, around Australia, and in fact internationally, of who and what we have been, but more importantly, the great cosmopolitan and inclusive region that we are today and will be into the future.
As you say, into the future is really appropriate. Going back to the point you made about Manager of Tourism for the City of Greater Bendigo, Catherine Mackenzie, fantastic appointment. First Lady to be appointed to this position of chieftain, and we've had some pretty good ones along the way.
Well, we got off to a pretty good start a few years ago, didn't we?
We won't mention them, but I think it's a fabulous appointment because she is such a proud Bendigonian, promotes Bendigo at all the time. You mentioned the art gallery, the tourism, and to be having a kilt made up of this, well, what better way to represent Bendigo? So terrific appointment, and I know that she's very proud to be known as the fourth chieftain of the Scots Day Out.
Catherine is passionate about Bendigo. She's passionate about her Scottish heritage, as each of the chieftains have been, from yourself to Tim Robertson to Bruce McClure, and now in 2016, Catherine Mackenzie. I don't think Bendigo has a more enthusiastic and proud ambassador who goes around the region, around the state, and of course last year Catherine was recognised.
A big award, that's right.
For her outstanding contributions to tourism in Victoria, and Bendigo is so fortunate to have someone of Catherine's energy out there day after day, night after night, any time of the day, saying what a great city Bendigo is, because we are a great city, and Scott's Day Out is one of those great events that showcases our city and brings people here to celebrate.
And well done on that appointment. Now there's another big appointment, a very important guest coming this year, Visit Scotland Chairman Mike Cantlay. So how in the heck did you get him? I know that there's things happening in Melbourne with a military tattoo, other things that are going on, which we'll come to firstly, but basically, how did you get Mike to come to Bendigo for this event? Because that's a coup in itself.
When it was announced last year that there was this other event taking place in Melbourne on the second Saturday of February...
The other event, I like that one.
called the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, we certainly began making contact with various peak Scottish groups to alert them that if they were coming to Australia, Scots Day Out is always on the second Saturday in February, and we'd be happy to have any connection, partnership that may be possible. Back just before Christmas, a phone call that came up with an international number about 7 o'clock one night, and it's a chap from the Scottish Tourist Authority, now known as Visit Scotland, saying, we are thinking about running a major engagement with the Scottish diaspora groups in Bendigo at Scots Day Out. Would you be interested? Well, there was no international time delay. It was a quick yes. And from there, it's been fantastic dialogue with the City of Greater Bendigo, with Catherine McKenzie and Terry Karamaludis, myself and the team at Visit Scotland, for Mike Cantlay, the chairman, to be here in Bendigo at Scots Day Out. Mike will be joining Catherine in taking the salute for the parade of bands down View Street at 10 o'clock on the Saturday morning. He will then be wandering around Rosalind Park, meeting the various Scottish groups, no doubt weighing up whether an Australian haggis is better than Scottish haggis.
Oh, it has to be.
Without doubt, Keith. Probably at best he may say it's the best haggis he's tasted outside of Scotland. But
on that day, I'm sure.
On that day, it certainly will be. So Mike will be speaking with all the various Scottish groups here, and he will be guest also at a luncheon that day. And equally, though, this is very important for Bendigo, because we hope that from Mike's visit for Scots Day Out, that there can be partnerships that are enduring and enriching, both for us here in Bendigo and also in Scotland, and partnerships in the creative industries. Hopefully, perhaps we could begin dialogue for partnerships in education, in health, and in so many other areas. And I know that Catherine McKenzie is most keen to explore good practice that is used in marketing tourism in Scotland. And equally, I know that Mike Cantlay and the team from Visit Scotland are very keen to understand how Bendigo has positioned itself as a leader in regional tourism under Catherine's guidance and leadership.
Going back to the day itself, which is Saturday the 13th of February, you've got some really exciting things leading up to that as well. So just run past a couple of things and then we'll talk about the day, what's actually happening on the Saturday the 13th.
Keith, we talk about partnerships, and about 10 months ago, we began looking for what types of partnerships, creative partnerships, we could establish for Scots Day Out. And the one that came up was a link with the Edinburgh Short Film Festival, a short film festival that has, like Scots Day Out, only been running for about 4 years. And we have been able to secure the Australian premiere of 10 short films from that annual festival. And they will be screened on the 2 nights of the 11th and 12th of February in a unique setting. Like they do at the Edinburgh Short Film Festival, they don't show films in a cinema. They look for locations where you wouldn't expect to go and watch a short film or a movie or any type of presentation.
And we've got something pretty unique, I believe you're going to tell us.
Down there at the Central Deborah mine, and Ian Hart and the team at Central Deborah have been most helpful and really enthusiastic. And we looked at the various locations there, and we've chosen the old gold crushing room, which will create a very intimate and unique setting to screen these 10 Australian premieres of highlights from the Edinburgh Short Film Festival on the 11th and the 12th of February. It's a great setting, it's a great partnership, and it's again bringing more recognition into Bendigo, but it's sharing around the world.
Oh, fabulous. Now on the day itself, we start off with the pipe bands coming down View Street again. hoping the weather's going to be perfect, and it will be, of course, and then into the beautiful Roslyn Park. So tell us about the day itself. We've got many more bands this year, and what else is happening. And I believe that there's a songstress, Imogen Bruff, coming, and lots of other people on that particular day.
It's a great lineup, and it's a friendly lineup. A comment that you and I and the thousands of people who attend each year have remarked on, this comment that we've made. It's not just a sea of tartan at Scots Day Out, it's a sea of smiles, because people are enjoying themselves, because they're involving themselves. This year in the children's area, for example, we are going to have, well, we'll call it a world championship because we don't think anyone else has. We are going to lead a renaissance of Kirby, or Kirby ball, which is an old traditional Scottish children's game played on the street. Children on either side standing at the curb, and with just a ball. And that ball is used to hopefully gain points, and the first person to 10 is then the winner, and on it goes. It's good old-fashioned fun, but it's engaging, it's helping us to be active. And Andy Howard, who has been out in Australia about 3 years, quite a renowned dance choreographer from Scotland, now sharing his creativity here in Australia. Andy knows the rules, as we were talking only yesterday. If he doesn't know the rules, he'll quickly make some new ones up.
As the Scots do. Very resourceful.
Very resourceful. So the children's area with the Glen Lachlan Estate College of Arms, the Kilted Warriors, Bendigo Swordcraft, got a tartan table where children can create their own colourful designs that could be the next version of the Bendigo tartan for all we know. It's about engaging and being active. So the children's area is great. Right throughout the day, of course, there's the pipe band performances and, of course, the Highland dancing performances. And this year, for the Central Victorian Highland Dancing Classic, the judge is actually travelling from Perth. So we can really say that this year, every state and territory within Australia will be part of Scots Day Out. They're coming here to Bendigo. The clans, we have more clan tents than before. At the weekend, a clan that has its leadership based in Queensland said, is it too late? We'd like to be there. Of course, another quick response, yes, because in Bendigo we make things happen very quickly sometimes too. And so the clan, the clan Edmundston is coming down from Queensland to be part of Scots Day Out. It's amazing that people believe that they have to be here in Bendigo, and as Bendigonians, we'll make sure that they have a fantastic day. And that's what happens as much as anything, Keith, on Cayley Corner. That's one of our major performance areas in Roslyn Park. It's a great lineup. We have the good old local favourites, those who engage, like the Emu Creek Band,
everyone loves
Sing
them.
Australia Choir. They are. It's quite often an overused word, icon, but the Emu Creek Bush Band are real icons, and sharing their music that is in fact based on Scottish folk music and other folk music that came here to the goldfields in the 1850s and continues to entertain and be part of putting smiles on everyone's faces. The Celtic Piping Club will be there with their small pipes performing, but also having pop-up performances around Roslyn Park throughout the day. We also have local harpist, celebrated local harpist Merrill Wilkinson will be part of the lineup this year on Cayley Corner. And for those who really want to get their words right, we've got Gaelic language classes as well being held, where the native tongue you can learn and understand.
I better go along to that one, I'm sure.
Yep. Quick guide in half an hour, and from there you'll come out with 2 or 3 phrases, perhaps even Kielmel Felty. That's about the only one I know, Keith, but it's a good one. 100,000 welcomes.
Well, Chris, as always, to yourself as a director, driving force, congratulations, well done. I appreciate you coming on the Pointy End. as I said before, it gets bigger, better. This event is so much part of our calendar, part of our culture, part of our history of Bendigo, and it's great to see the tartan and touch and feel it today. I appreciate everything, and of course there's food, there's dancing, there's everything happening on that day.
Haggis, iron brew,
haggis,
black
that's
pudding,
right.
it's all there. And why? Because it's a fantastic team.
And a family day, everything.
Yeah, the team of chieftains continue to be involved. The Golden City Pipe Band, which is the lead organisation for it, the great support from the City of Greater Bendigo. I think every year I've said this, but Terry Karamalutis and Raf Barr,
amazing, yeah.
Great. They are fantastic. And our sponsors, this year we're very pleased that we've had support come from Tourism Victoria as well. I think that's a recognition again that in Bendigo we put on great events. Scots Day Out is one of them, and there's no better place to be on the second Saturday in February than in that sea of smiles and that sea of tartan, having a great fun family day. And importantly, for the Scots, it's a free day.
As we love. And Chris, again, as I said, thank you very much. And it's great to have someone with so much passion, excitement, and representing Bendigo on this day. So thank you for appearing on the program today.
Thanks very much, Keith.